Hello, hello, hello. I am Grum, and the other day I found out that I would be meeting a nephew of mine. Well, really, I found out that I had a nephew in the first place, and that I would be his guardian after a series of unfortunate events happened to his family. Which I guess is my family, even though I didn't know about them. That does make me a bit ambivalent to the whole thing, though. Ambivalent meaning having conflicting feelings simultaneously. In this context, ambivalent means that I am happy to learn that I have a nephew, but also sad that I am learning that I had a portion of my family I didn't know, and I never will. Well, today is the day that I meet my nephew, and I want you to all meet him too. Say hello to Grumminy Snicket, my nephew, who is a Pokémon. A Grumpig to be exact. And Grumminy has quite the story to share with us all. What's good, y'all? I hope you like that series of unfortunate events type intro as I'm trying something new, the Uva Naraja Premier League. If you did, leave a like and subscribe, as each Sunday I will be posting UNPL battles onto the channel, and I don't know how often I'll be able to craft a narrative like that, but I'm going to try to flex my creative muscles a bit. The UNPL is a Gen 9 mid-tier Terra league. Mid-tier Terra meaning some of the stronger Pokemon in some draft leagues can Terra, in addition to the normal cast that can. Battles are done over Wi-Fi, so this will be my first Wi-Fi draft league, and you can learn more about the UNPL in the description below by clicking on the link to their fan doc. I'm taking over the Glaceal Glamora, who have an incredibly loaded team. Since I didn't draft this team and I don't know what the transactions the previous coach had made, I'm not entirely sure the order of the draft went in, so instead of doing a breakdown in terms of draft order, I'll be giving you an overview of the roster and how I generally feel about them. Without further ado, your Philadelphia T-Tars of the UNPL. Starting things off is the mascot of the second DLC for Gen 9, Terapagos. Now Terapagos is an interesting Pokemon, as its base form, base stats are okay, its moveset is incredible, but its typing is normal, meaning it only gets stabbed for like Rapid Spin and Body Slam, and that's about it. Now obviously, this Mon was made with the idea of using the Stellar Terra type and using all those movesets, but this little guy just can't do that. Oh yeah, it does get a buff here. As soon as it enters the battle, suddenly those base stats look a little bit better. It gets an entirely different ability as soon as it shifts into a Terrestrial form, which does not require Terra. Its new ability being Terra Shell, which allows it to take any attack as if it's not a very effective attack so long as I am at full health. It looks to be a defensive hazard clearer, but also has the potential to be a special setup sweeper thanks to its knowing calm mind and its vast pool of special moves for all types of coverages. It will be fun to get to use this guy in Draft League. Second is our first Terra captain, Comfey, who can Terra into a Fire, Fairy, or Ground type. Comfey is a disgustingly good Terra captain, as its triage ability gives it +3 ability to any move that heals it, such as Draining Kiss, Giga Drain, and Synthesis. But it is fast in its own right with a base 100 speed that allows it to run fast spec sets, giving the ability to use Terra Blast with a Fire Ground type to hit Steel and Poison type super effectively. Comfey is a threat whenever we bring it, which will probably be often. Following Comfey is Garchomp, who I personally enjoy as a bulkier hazard setter who can still hit hard with little investment in its attack stat. Rough Skin plus Rocky Helmet punishes physical attackers, and Hazard chips away for late game cleanup, so the threat of an offensive Garchomp with Setup, Choice Band, Choice Scarf, Life Orb is dangerous as either a wall breaker or a late game cleanup janitor type. Another potential wall breaker or late game cleaner is Meowscarada, our fastest Pokemon at base 123 speed. Meowscarada provides us a speed threat, which keeps our opponents honest and running plus speed natures instead of either a plus attack or a plus special attack. Its vast pool of offensive moves and the ability Protean gives it stab on those moves too, like Triple Axle, Brick Break, Low Kick, and others. I really like Meowscarada as our primary physical attacker. It does also have Toxic Spikes, which is nice if we had a Ghost type that could take advantage of the status it could spread. Wait a second. We do. Not only did we inherit the mascot of the DLC, but we also got the Gen 9 mythical Impeturan, who has a stupid ability, stupid high defense, and a stupid signature move. Base 88 stats except for its base 160 defense stat, which translates to 356 defense in battle with no investments at all. Combine its Ghost Poison typing, which as a combo only has 4 weaknesses while resisting 4 types and 2 immunities. With that defensive stat, it's very clear this Pokemon will be a problem for everybody, and you can count on it. Oh, and its ability. Yeah, it causes any Pokemon that gets poisoned by the berry to also get confused at the same time, meaning a Toxic not only badly poisons my opponent, but also confuses them, which, as a poison type, Toxic cannot be missed by Petra. But its signature move is disgusting, might be the most crazy thing. Malignant Chain has 100 base damage, 100% accuracy, and has a 50% chance to badly poison the target, meaning with its ability, also has a 50% chance to confuse the opponent. With a core 5 like that, what else do we need? Some special attacker of some sort, even though Comfey, Petrant, and Terapagos can go that way? Even if the later two serve better in other roles? Perhaps a ground immunity Pokemon since Petrant is weak to that common type? Or maybe another Fairy Resist? How about Iron Hands? Sure, that doesn't solve either hole at the moment, but the Paradox form of Hariyama brings an electric and fighting coverage as well as a wildly high HP and attack stat, which similar to Petrant means we can invest outside of the attack stat, creating a bulky offensive powerhouse. With moves like Drain Punch, Thunder Punch, Close Combat, the new Supercell Slam, as well as coverage in Heavy Slam, Ice Punch, and Volt Switch for momentum, thanks to its slow speed, Iron Hand may provide us with another offensive powerhouse, but I will admit, it's starting to get a bit redundant with the amount of physical power that we have. Thankfully, we do have a ground immunity and a Fairy Resist in Corviknight, who gives us another hazard remover as well, which allows Terapagos to not be our only remover. Corviknight is one of the best defog users as well in the league, as having a slow U-turn is a boost for momentum. However, outside of removal and slow U-turns, Corviknight isn't bringing much more to the team, which means bringing it to help with those weak points may be more of an anchor than we'd like. Vaporeon is a Terra Captain who can Terra into a Water, Grass, and Steel type, which does give us another Fairy Resist. We might switch up some of that to take advantage of its Water Absorbability though, and it also does give us a Phaser, a Whispacher, and slow momentum with Baton Pass. Vaporeon only has a few matchups remaining where it helps us, and it might be on the way out of the roster. Then there's our star of the story, Grumpig, which is a lock to stay for sure. A Terra Captain that can Terra into a Psychic, Fairy, or Dark type, types that may not be the types that remain depending on where else we go with our roster in the coming weeks, but a potential special wall with not bad bulk and not bad special attack. Grumpig may be on the bench for a bit, but there is a potential to bring it. And last, another physical attacker in Sneasel, the base form though. Not being a Terra Captain at the moment, Sneasel may find itself either back in the free agent pool or being named a Terra Captain, I'm not sure. Its base 115 speed is good for our second highest, and it can make up some of the power difference between it and Weavile if it becomes a Terra Captain, but Eviolite does not really look to be on its future, so we're going to be taking advantage of its speed, most likely Choice Band, Life Orb, physical attacking. But really, why run Sneasler when Meowscarada has nearly the same moveset, better stats, and gets the same stab boost from like moves like Triple Axle and Knockoff? I fear Sneasel may not make it long into the story. So that's our team in the UNPL. If you liked what you saw, leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We have our first matchup this week against the Rustboro City Rejects, and I am excited to do some Wi-Fi Draft League content on the channel and take this team that we inherited for a spin. I hope you enjoy the story as we tell it, and I will see you all then.